Welcome everyone to imaginativevisions.com movie talk. Justin here, my friends, and today we are going to be talking about a film that I truly was highly anticipating all summer. I was waiting for it since it was first announced, especially since we got the original cast back. We are going to be talking about Scary Movie or Scary Movie 6. So let's get into it. As always, I give you a brief synopsis. So here we go, and it goes like this. 26 years after outrunning a suspicious familiar mass killer, Shorty, Ray, Cindy, and Brenda find themselves targeted by another mad slasher. All right, let's just jump right into it, and I'll just say this now. I was very, very disappointed with this film. Highly disappointed with this film. If you are like me and felt like the marketing, like you're just happy, one, the Wayans are back. We got Sean, we got Marlon, we got Keenan at the helm, not at the helm as directing, but he has his little inputs of comedy in there, when it comes to the writing the script. And I'm all for it. I'm like, the original cast is back. They're gonna be making fun of Sinners, Get Out, Weapons, Scream 5 and 6. Yeah, I'm all in. Then I saw the movie and kind of wish they didn't. Now, let me tell you what works for me. The cast, of course. The original cast is back. The majority of them is back. Um, Anna Faris, this is her franchise. This is her baby. So same for Regina Hall and the Wayans. Of course, this is especially for Anna Faris. I believe this was her real first big break. And she nails it as Cindy Campbell. She does a phenomenal job. She does the same physical comedy, her delivery, her deadpan sarcasm. She does an excellent job. Regina Hall as Brenda, we all love her. She has some really good material to work with in terms of her character. She's a mom now. Both Cindy and Brenda are moms now. And of course, Cindy as a parent is just freaking hilarious because it's horrible. And Brenda also as a parent is absolutely horrible as well. And that for me kind of worked with their relationship with the kids of how bad of parents they actually are. And one thing I also have to say is the acting was great, especially the performance who I think really stood out in this is Olivia Rose Keegan, who plays Cindy's daughter, Sarah Campbell. The way she's able to mimic and have the same damn near close to the same vocal cord delivery as Anna Faris and just her physical comedy and timing as well that Anna Faris has was pitch perfect casting. She steals the show with her acting here. I gotta definitely look up more of her stuff because she nailed this performance as Sarah Campbell and she does a great job. There are certain callbacks to previous scary movie films that I did get a chuckle out of, some references, of course, with the "What's that?" And of course, we have the "What are you waiting for?" in certain scenes as well. So I'm glad they did a couple of callbacks. The problem I have with the film is the comedy, and comedy is subjective, and this could be obviously me becoming close to 40. So certain things that I used to laugh at, I'm usually not laughing now, or I just don't find it as funny as I did when I was a 20-year-old. I felt that the comedy in here didn't grow. And what I mean, or very surface level. That to even to the younger demographic, which obviously I think is the target audience, they wouldn't even really laugh at this because the jokes are so juvenile and surface level and wasn't even clever. Like they did a and the problem with this also is that this felt like watching this felt like more like a couple of pitch sketches blended into a movie. Like they have things in here from a tone standpoint that doesn't go with the horror parody. There's a parody of the Michael movie as we saw from the trailers, but it has nothing to do with the story. It's just like it cuts. You know how Family Guy cuts to a joke, or they do a cutaway. They're famous for that. Even South Park called them out on it. But I love Family Guy, by the way. But South Park called Family Guy out at one point where because they just do jokes that's not pertaining to the actual plot or structure. They're just making a reference to something. That's pretty much what this scary movie is. It's a bunch of references, jokes to what's popular now. It's like they took whatever was popular, put it in the blender, and try to come up with a plot with this, because there really isn't a plot here besides of who's trying to kill the Campbells. But the problem with that is that with Scary Movie 1, which is a classic, they had jokes pertaining to Scream, the plot, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it still worked in a cohesive unit. Here, it's not very cohesive when it comes to the comedy. It's just, like I said, a bunch of skits that was blended in together. There's a Get Out parody in here, which kind of makes sense because Shorty is outside, he's smoking, and then you get the Get Out parody, but then it leads to a K-pop Demon Hunters fool segment that I felt ran too long and didn't make sense. Yes, we get that Shorty is high. I get that premise, folks, but I'm just saying, from a tone standpoint as a horror comedy, didn't really work for me. And yes, also, because I know there's going to be defenders in the comment section, I know they referenced The Matrix in the original Scary Movie, and they also just did what was popular at the time. What I'm saying is that in this particular film, it's not as cohesive or makes sense as the original two efforts from the Wayans brothers. Also, I have to say certain jokes are just very, like I said, they're just very juvenile. I'm not really a fan of poop humor, toilet humor. I'm not really a fan of the toilet humor or dick jokes or things like that. That doesn't make me personally laugh. Some people might find it hilarious. Me, I just was like, I chuckled, but I wasn't like laughing hard. The best part of the film to me was the ending, because I felt this is where the Wayans were able to really let out, and it felt like a stand-up bit because it's pretty much a roast. They're roasting the fact that they lost the franchise. They're roasting people who stayed in the franchise after they were fired and let go. And it's freaking hilarious within the characters of Shorty and Ray. If you're going to see the movie, the ending is truly the best part, because that's where I wanted to see more of that, where you get to see kind of that fourth wall breaking, but they're staying within the characters, and it's relating it to the actual scene of what's going on within the plot. That is where it was. There was just so much randomness that just didn't tie together for me, that just didn't really work. Direction was fine, but like I said, it was just the randomness of interchangeable scenes that really kind of don't connect to me or the audience. The audience, where I watched this last night, the audience laughed, but it wasn't like, there was a lot of jokes that didn't land with the audience that you would expect like this hard laughter with it. So I'm gonna give you my final score now. We're gonna do the popcorn meter here, and unfortunately, I have to give Scary Movie a few kernels. It lacks flavor, only small moments that are worth noting about. And this is a very disappointing for me, because I love this franchise. I love the Wayans brothers. I mean, I've been watching them since A Living Color, the Wayans family. Like they deserve their freaking flowers for how much actors, actresses, comedians that they put on into this industry and gave chances to, such as Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx, and just Jennifer Lopez as a backup dancer, and as a fly girl, not backup dancer, as a fly girl on The Living Color. They helped launch so many careers. But this one right here, unfortunately for me, it wasn't it. Had a couple of chuckles, but the comedy, like I said, it could be that I'm getting older and certain things don't work for me as they used to when I was in my 20s, or it could be the fact that maybe that the comedy was just very surface level, too easy to do, like with the dick jokes, the trans jokes, the gay jokes, the black and white jokes. I mean, they were all, like, I got chuckles out of all of them, but in hindsight, I was just like, okay, like my students make those type of jokes, and it's not like, you expect more from comedians. This was like high school level type of jokes that a high schooler would make. So, like I said, gets a few kernels, my friends. Very disappointed in this one. What did you think of Scary Movie Combo? Let me know. If you like what we do here, hopefully you earned I earned your subscription. And don't forget to visit MagicDivisions.com for the full written review of this movie and my Tribeca Film Festival coverage. I'll catch you on next one, my friends. Later days. Thank you for all your support.